Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I bought you my motorbike. I would like to give you a quick review of it. I tell you the thing, why did I chose this bike, how long do I have it, how many kilometers I have done on it, and what's my experience about it, what's the good and bad. Let's get right into it. So I have the bike for a little bit more than a year. I have done 24,000 kilometers or around 14,000 miles. You get to the calculation. Please don't judge me on it, it's just top of my head. I learned a lot about it. I did touring on it. I went for a lot of sporty riding in the canyons, especially now that I'm living in Spain. It's a better road than in the UK, in my opinion. I did commute on it. I used to drive to work a lot. So a little history of the bike. Why did I choose this bike? I have done my license 2.5 years ago, something like that, 2022. And at the time when I was doing my license, I was looking for a bike options. What can I buy for myself? And basically what I find out that I wanted something can do everything a little bit. I didn't want the perfect bike. A lot of people like, I want a sport bike. I want to go in a straight line as fast as possible. That's not what I was looking for. I wanted something lightweight, as I have just done my license. So I wanted it to be lightweight. Around 100-ish horsepower, because I have done my license on a Kawasaki Z650, which was, I think, 67 horsepower, if I remember correct, or something like that. And I knew I can handle a little bit more. So what I find out is that the bike which suits the most my needs, it's gonna be a naked bike. So let's narrow it down. Because naked bike are a little bit like jolly jokers. Yeah, they are good for a little bit for everything. I definitely didn't want a sports bike yet, as I was a new rider. So I was like, I don't really want to get the cramped up position, low handlebars and high foot pegs. I didn't want that. I wanted something comfy, something I can go to tour, I can commute, I can do a lots of fun on it, basically. So because of that, I narrowed it down and I rode 3 naked bike, which are the Yamaha MT-07, the Triumph Street Triple 765, and this one. Obviously, I chose this one. I felt the MT-07 for my kind of taste was lacking power. The Street Triple was okay, but it was way over my budget. It costed around £11,000 and I bought this bike for 8, which that was a huge difference for me. So I think I will break it down to stages: commuting, touring and sport riding. Let's start with commuting. So I use this bike to go to work, go to shop, actually meet with friends. That's really what commute is all about. I think the position, how you sit on the bike, it's very, very relaxed, so you can spend time in the traffic. The bars, even though I have the bar and mirrors, they are still very narrow, so you could navigate through traffic, you can squeeze through little places. The only downside of the bike when you commute, it's with the engine, because you really need to drive the clutch a lot. This engine on the low RPMs, they are not so stable. You can put it to rain mode, it will help a little of the jerkiness of the throttle, but still, that's the only reason. It's not as smooth as it would be a triple or an inline 4. Okay, let's talk about touring. I did tour on the bike. I went to Wales from the UK. That was a 3-day road trip. Plus, I rode it to Spain, actually. I took a ferry from Portsmouth to Santander, and from Santander I drove all the way to Torrevieja, which is around 900 kilometers. So can you tour on it? Yes, definitely. You can tour on basically every motorcycle you want. It's all about your comfort. So the good things when you're touring, it's what I mentioned earlier, even with the commute, the body position. So you sit on the bike, it's very, very upward. As you can see, it's very, very upward, so relaxing. It's not putting much tension on your hand or on your leg. It will be very comfortable over a long period of time. It doesn't really gonna bother you. Even though it's a naked bike, you can have luggage options. My back seat is taken off because I like to ride like this. I'm not really taking any passengers. But you could have some luggage options. The biggest downside of the bike when you're touring is obviously the windscreen. There is no. So if it's a windy road, it can really, really mess your helmet, your head's gonna shake all over, and it's not a pleasant feeling. It would be very, very, very beneficial to have a cruise control. I don't have, so I had to just use my wrist to adjust the speed at all time. I didn't really mind that though. So it's something I would have, but it's not really necessary for me. Really, other than that, with the touring side, it's nothing I can complain about. Even the tank is 14 liters, and I could get out of like almost 300 kilometers with a full tank. So it's not so bad, I think, from a naked bike. So let's get to sport riding, or just going on the twisties. Let it be clear, I cannot really talk about track days. I haven't done any, but I did loads of miles in a twisties because I think that's where these bikes excel, where these bikes really feel at home and comfortable, and it would like to go. So the good things with it is the weight. It's very low weight. It's around 188 kilo, I think. You can look it up, guys. It's probably out there already. 95 horsepower. It's enough. It's really enough. You don't need 200 horsepower for a twisty. You can go from one corner to another in like 4 seconds. So it doesn't really make sense to have 200 horsepower. Brakes are okay. Could be better. They are not Brambos. They are KTM own brands. Same as with the fork, with the WP fork. They are the same thing. Could be better. It does the job. So when you get to the twisties, this is where this bike really belongs. It just goes through corners like hot knives on butter. It's really enjoy that short accelerations, you know, but it can get you from 100 to 180 like a blink of an eye, which is for the twisties is perfect. It's really have a really usable range with the RPMs to just shoot out of corners. The positions, because the seat is very big, you might sit upwards when you're trying to ride comfortable, but you can sit back. You can really put your ass on the side. So yeah, you can do everything with the bike. The bad bits. I had a seal broken under the radiator, and all of my coolant went on the floor. So that's been replaced by factory. I had a leakage on my rear brake, and that's all actually. In 24,000 kilometers for a KTM, that's actually not so bad. KTM gets very bad rep, although in my experience, my bike holds up very well, and I'm using it. Like I'm using it every day. Now that I only use it for fun. Before that, I used for everything, going to shop, to work, as I said. I'm just doing it when I want to have fun on it, and she loves it. Would I chose this bike again? 100%. You know, when I did my motorcycle license, I liked bikes, but this bike made me fall in love with motorcycles, and now it's just non-stop in my life, as you can see with the vlogs. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As you could find out, I really like this bike, and it was a good decision to buy. If you could give me a like and subscribe to the channel, that would help a lot. And if you have any suggestions, just leave it in a comment below. See you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.